Alright, hello, how's it going? I'm back. I'm sorry it's been like nearly 2 weeks since I posted a video, but I'm back. Whether that be a good thing or a bad thing. Now, today I'm gonna do kind of just a very random questions and answers thing. I just looked up a bunch of like some of the most like random kind of questions I could find that I thought might be a little interesting, or that I had kind of a funny story to go along with it. So I have a notebook with all of them written on it because I can't use my phone to read them. Okay, that might be better. Hopefully, we'll see. So yeah, I just have like, I don't know, I wrote like 25. I don't think I'll answer all 25 because we'll see how much time it takes for me to answer just a couple. But I've ranked them in order of what I want to kind of answer first. So, the first question I have down is, what are people's first impressions of you? So, I kind of knew the answer to this anyway, but I just texted like a group chat to my friends and was like, hey guys, what was your first impression of me like? And they kind of all said the same thing. I come across as a very shy and quiet person when you first meet me. Like one of the girls was like, oh yeah, you were super quiet. And one of my friends was like, yeah, I thought you were just a bit, shy and like didn't really talk that much. And then both of them proceeded to say, but now we know you, we're close, you never shut the fuck up. And I was like, it's very true, very true. So thanks guys for that. But it's the truth. It's absolutely the truth. Number 2 is, what is your first memory? Now, I don't know really what my first memory is because timeliney, I think one came before the other, but my first kind of vivid memory that I remember like that happened to me was I was like in, we call it junior infants and senior infants. It's like your first 2 years of school. It's like year 4 and 5. I don't know which one I was in at the time, but one of them I was like, they used to ring a bell when we were on break to tell us to come back in, and I was running around the corner of the school and I slipped on an apple core, completely slipped out from underneath me at one of the corners, fell backwards and split the back of my head open off the corner of the school. Was gushing blood. Had to my mom was called and like, he's after splitting his head open, and my mom probably by this point was like, again, because I've had a few of those incidents when I was really young, but I remember that so vividly, like being in the staff room with where the teachers are all where they go for lunch and stuff. I remember being like sitting there waiting for my mom to come, and then I remember being in my like whatever kind of weird car seat thing I had. Like it was just like a higher up thing, but it had like a back to it, and I remember seeing like blood on that, and that kind of freaked me out. I was like, oh my god, I think I'm dying. Which obviously not, still kicking. Like 18 years later. I don't know if I was 4 or 5. But yeah, that was a very weird story. But I also remember like the day my sister was born. I remember being in the hospital with my dad and walking around for ages and being like, what's going on? And my dad was probably trying to explain it to me, but I was like, I would have been 3 because we're 3 years apart, or like 2 and a bit years. No, we must be like 3 years apart. We're like around 3 years apart. And I remember walking in and seeing my mom holding my sister. But that would have been earlier than the head injury thing. But I feel like it's bizarre because I can remember that memory as well so vividly. But I don't know. That's all I can give you. I just thought the splitting my head open was kind of a funny story because what an idiot kid I was. But hey, I'm still here. Number 3 is, oh, it's over here. What place, even if you don't live there now, has always felt like your home? This place it's in Galway. It's in Connemara. It's a place called Cashel. I love it there. It's right beside the sea. I know almost everybody in that like town because like half of them are like just family, like my aunts, uncles, and then like extended family and stuff all kind of live in that area. And I have a few cousins out there, and it's great during the summer. We go swimming every day. It's the best place. Like where I live now with my family is like an hour drive from there, but I've never really fit in the place where I'm from, in my town, and maybe that's something I have to talk about in another video. Just like small town Ireland and trying to do something like this, and always having this other creative kind of insight to what I wanted to do. It's not very normal, and you're made fun of a lot for it. But anyway, so that place, I feel like there's no judgment there. I absolutely love it there, and love going back there every time. But yeah, great place. Fours, what genre of music do you like? For me, like, I know everybody says this shit. I listen to like a bit of everything. I can listen to just like regular fucking rap. I could go to like rock, go to like 80s music, 90s, now 2000s music. Don't even get me started. I love that shit. But like, it's all different. I listen to a lot of pop punk and like kind of rock stuff, like, but I could as well, one day you'll hear me listening to country music, or like just anything. I listen to so much stuff, but like if I had to pick a favorite, it's probably like pop punk, I think, right now. And then the second, it's like a not really two-parter thing, but the question 5 was like, who's your favorite band? At the moment, my favorite band would probably be Palais Royale. They're like a rock band. Love them, so good. Really like raw kind of music, and always just like, I don't know, does something to me. I love it. It's so good. Number 6. What was the last concert you attended? The last concert I attended was Busted. And I think that was in March. I just watched back that video, and I said that I saw Busted in March. We're in March. That's how messed up my perception of time is. In my head, we're in like June. I saw Busted in October, not March. I don't know how I messed that up that badly, but continue. And I love Busted. Can't remember what the first song I heard by them was. Probably Year 3000, I'm assuming, because that's like their biggest song. But love that band. Had the pleasure of going to see them on like their kind of a reunion tour. It was amazing, so good. But yeah, I have more concerts coming up this year. I'm going to see Green Day and Bowling for Soup, so they're going to be really fun. I'm so scared someone's going to come down this road. Like, I'm parked at the end of a road, and I can see 3 little red lights that are like the top of windmills in the distance, and they're kind of freaking me out, I'm not going to lie. And have you ever got lost in a public place? Another fun story, this one. Yes, is the answer. I was in Disneyland in Paris, and it's 100% I ran away from my parents. Like, I was just like, oh, we were walking down this path thing, or as I remember it, but I've been there since, and I don't know where this was. It was like a long path, and then there was like a tree here. Maybe it wasn't Disneyland Paris. It could have been somewhere else in France. I don't know. But there was like a tree and then a footpath leading around it, and we were all going down this way. And I kind of ran back to the tree and was like stood on top of it looking to see if I could see them go down, and then I'd run after them. Got up to the tree. I didn't climb the tree, like I was just standing at the base of it looking. And I couldn't see them, so I panicked and started running after them. Then I found my dad, and I was like, why did you just leave me behind? So I just slapped him on like the back of his leg as hard as I could, because I was like, why did you do that? turned around, was not my dad, some strange man. I don't know if he even spoke English. He might have been French, and I was just there like, ran for my life because I thought I pissed him off. He's gonna beat me up. I was like 5, 6 maybe. Ran till I found my actual dad and was like, oh my god, I've had the most hectic experience. This is how scared I was of everything when I was a child. Because I think like maybe a year, but it could have been 3 years after this incident happened. I remember calling my mom to like talk to her, and I was like not on the phone. I wasn't like I was just in the house. I was like, Mom, can you come here? I want to talk to you. And I was like, I slapped some man on the back of the leg in France that time when we were there, thinking it was my dad. And she was like, okay. And I was like, I feel terrible. I feel so bad. I wish I could say sorry, but I don't know who he is. And it was like the most ridiculous thing ever. I was such a loser. Even more so back then, so just imagine that. Future me back again. I also just realized this doesn't make much sense because the first time I went to France, my dad didn't come with us. So whenever I slapped that dude, was not in France. It was in some other country, maybe even Ireland. I don't know why. I thought it was just implanted in my brain that it was in France. Back to the video. What else have we got? 10. What is one movie ending that literally blew your mind? I have 2 answers for this. One is 7. That movie just had me gripped the whole time. I was like, what is this? It was so good. And another one, I think it's called Primal Fear. I'm pretty sure it's called Primal Fear with Ed Norton. Really good. Really good. It completely screwed me over. 11. What was your pandemic experience? It was weird. I was in my Leaving Cert, which is like the year you do your big exams in Ireland. And it was March when it all happened. So the exams would be set in like June time. So I was like, I'm going to study so much between March and June because I felt like I wasn't really ready for it. And I was like, okay, I'll just study super hard for all the like really tough ones, and then I'll like just cover the other ones because I was like panicking. I was like last resort. So that starts, and then I think in like April we find out, oh, they're not sitting their junior cert. You're gonna get predicted grades. And I was like, oh, thank fuck, I did not want to sit those exams. But I was so pissed off because all the study I had done that like month, which genuinely was quite a bit, was just scrapped because they were like, you can't take into account anything they've done after the pandemic. So no matter how much they thought we were studying, they were just going off grades from our 5th and 6th year exams and stuff. So I don't know if I would have done better or worse if I actually sat them. I don't care. I got my college course that I wanted, which I'm happy about. So, but it was wild. And then it was like a year and a half of like, what the hell do I do? I remember we just would like, my family, we would just go for walks and stuff to this spot actually, and then back up to the house. But I got me and my sister was like big into like gymnastics at the time and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, like you have to teach me some of that shit. So my dad made this like bar thing, like pull-up bar basically, but like you could swing around on it and stuff. Not the full, like we weren't doing that in our garden, but like we could like pull ourselves up on it and flip around it and like get down, like all that kind of stuff. I learned how to do a front flip. That was my pandemic experience. I learned how to do a front flip on the ground. I cannot do it now though. We'll see. I'm going to Italy soon, and hopefully there's like beaches there. I might try and do one on the beach because I've tried it before on the beach and it doesn't hurt that bad when you don't land it. So maybe then. Now I don't have any of the rest of them marked. They're just kind of random questions. They're all kind of like deep, so I don't know how many of these I'll answer. Okay, one of them is, what's at the top of your bucket list? I was actually talking to my sister about this today because I was reading some of these questions out to her and was like, like just passing through them. I was like, da, 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 what's at the top of your bucket list? Da, da, da. And then she asked me, what is at the top of your bucket list? And I was like, oh, I don't know. But then it dawned on me, I do know, and it has actually been something that I've been thinking to put like a number one on my bucket list for a long time, is to see the Northern Lights. I want to see that so bad. Just a full sky of an aurora borealis. I don't know if it's an or the aurora borealis, whatever it is. I want to see that shit, and just I can die happy if I see that. Looks fucking awesome. Okay, any other questions that I have here? Another one here is, how many countries have I been to? This is going to increase soon, and with that, there'll be videos of me in that country that I want to post. Be more vlog style, but which is something I haven't done yet, so that should be interesting when I get there. But I would say, how many have I been to? Let me think about it actually. Ireland. I was in America, Spain, Portugal, France. How many is that? 5? I'm not counting Ireland. America, Portugal, Spain, France. I feel like there might be another one. I don't know. I was on one of the Canary Islands, but I don't know what they belong to. I'm just going to say Ireland to round it off to 5 countries. Now it's going to be 6 soon when I go to Italy. That's going to be awesome. I cannot wait for that. But yeah, I just want to do that because I feel like you don't really know much about me, and I don't know how much that told you about me. Maybe more than you need to know about me being a stupid little kid, getting hurt all the time. But that's all the questions I have, guys. Well, actually, that's not true. There was other ones, but this is already at a long enough video for me, because I can answer. There are some deep questions in here that I actually was reading them there and was kind of like, oh, well, I don't know where I see myself in 10 years. That's for another video. This was more of just a funny, silly one to kind of just tell you a little about me. So I hope you enjoyed watching it, and thank you for watching it. I'll see you guys in another video soon. Not hopefully as long as the last one was. My lights are fading. No! Sorry, they just do that after a certain amount of time. Alright, goodbye. Thank you so much. See ya.